Welcome to StockAlerts.com Market Wrap for December 4th, 2007. It's been an interesting day. The market's traded relatively flat. First, we'll take a look at the chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. As you can see here, this is a 15-minute chart. The Dow is testing some recent lows near the support line shown in this chart. We're looking for this index to break to the upside. This may not occur until late in this week or early next week, directly after the Fed meeting. Fed meets on the 11th of next week, and we expect a sharp rally after the Fed cuts rates once again. The next chart takes us to a look at shares of Apple. This is a 15-minute chart. As you can see, Apple is winding up within a triangular pattern, a very bullish chart pattern here, and we fully expect Apple to break through this triangle to the upside very sharply and make a rapid advance to much higher levels than are seen in this chart at this time. We'll expand this view on Apple here now to look at the daily chart of Apple. And as you can see in the daily chart of Apple, the chart pattern shown is a very strong bullish cup and handle chart pattern with a very strong uptrend line drawn there. Apple, although traded relatively flat, managed to honor this uptrend line. And we see the year-end target for Apple at $240 for the holiday season. Next up, we'll take a look at a chart of Amazon.com. Amazon shares broke through a resistance line we have been watching, and we have been very, very bullish on shares of Amazon. This pattern here is an extremely bullish U-shaped cup and handle pattern, and we see the shares challenging the $105 level by the end of this year on strong volume. Next up on deck is a chart of Baidu.com. It's a daily chart. Again, a very strong cup and handle pattern here, and shares of Baidu performed very well today. And they really rocketed out of the gate and maintained their composure through the trading day and held the uptrend line as shown in this chart. We see Baidu taking out the 425 level this month, possibly this week. Very strong stock. Next on deck is shares of Google. It's a daily chart of Google. Google was relatively flat to mildly negative today, but it held the upper trend line we have drawn in this chart, and it comes off a very sharp rally off a support line. We're very bullish on shares of Google, and we see Google challenging the $750 level in the near term. In longer term view, we see the stock breaking through the $1,000 level. Next up on deck is GRMN, Garmin. They make the electronic roadmap devices and displays. And here you can see a very sharp bullish V chart pattern on shares of Garmin. Garmin performed very well today on very strong volume, and we see more upside potential for this stock and possibly challenging its 52-week high by the end of this year. Very bullish. Next chart coming up is a chart of Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs and some of the other financials fell on some negative comments by some analysts, and we strongly disagree with those comments. We believe the shares of Goldman Sachs are fundamentally sound and will make new highs by the end of this year, especially after the Fed rate cut on December 11th. Look for this stock to rip to the upside, right through the upper end of this bullish triangle. Next stock up is the shares of RIM, Research in Motion. Again, the stock is looks like it's going to test that support line, but after it's all said and done, we expect a sharp rally from this stock through the end of this year, and it could possibly even take a challenge the recent 52-week high made just a little ways back there, as shown in this chart. Very bullish on RIM, very, very bullish. Good product, good sales going forward, holiday season ahead. Next we have shares of SPWR, SunPower. This is an energy play, a solar play, very strong cup and handle here shown in this chart. a breakout higher from our upper resistance level shown. We have a buy rating on this at this point, especially since the shares broke higher through this resistance line. Very good, solid chart pattern here. Higher levels coming. Next up is TSL. Shares of TSL, as shown in this chart, have roared from a recent correction and are subscribing to very, very higher prices on strong volume, and we see this stock advancing significantly in the near term, and wouldn't be surprised to see a $10 advance in very short order here, or more. Very strong looking stock. Next on deck is one of our favorite energy plays. It's the Valero Energy. It's the largest refinery in the United States. We see that Valero retreated in today's trading action, but still maintained the upper trend line, and we still believe that Valero will advance to higher levels through the end of this year, and certainly going into the spring of next year. Very strong play, Valero Energy. Very fundamentally sound company.